Hello, my dear children. Very good morning to all of you. Once again, I welcome you to ninth standard second language English. Children, today let's discuss about the poem Upagupta. Okay? Poem Upagupta. First poem of ninth standard Upagupta. So it is a story poem. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಥಾಪದ್ಯ because it narrates like the poem. It is narrated like a story, right? Are you ready, guys? Please open your textbooks. Let's see the poem Upagupta. Before going before going to discuss the poem, let's see. Before you read, have a look. I hope you have opened your textbook. See the picture clearly, right, my dear students? See this picture clearly. There are two questions are given under the picture. The first question: who are these two main characters? Buddha, the person who was on left is Buddha, and the person who was on second, the person how he looks. He had a garland. The garland is made up of human fingers. ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಬೆರಳುಗಳಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಹಾರ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಹೌ ಕ್ರೂಯಲಿ ವಾಸ್ Angulimala, right? Buddha and Angulimala. Look at the picture given above. What comes to your mind when you see this picture? The space is given for you. You write in your own notes what picture comes to your mind. Write in your own words. Then write briefly your thoughts and feelings in these lines. Right? Whatever comes to your mind by observing this picture, you write here. Right? This is a small pre-reading activity is given for you. Right? Let's see about the poet. Let's see about the poet. Who was the poet here? Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore. Do you know who is Rabindranath Tagore? Yes? Correct. He is a person who has a great contribution. That is a national anthem. Our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, right? Is written by Rabindranath Tagore. It's a great gift to India by Rabindranath Tagore. My dear children, so the parents of Rabindranath Tagore are Maharshi Devendranath, this was his father, and Sharda Devi. Sharda Devi was his mother. They are the parents. Rabindranath Tagore, the greatest of India's modern poets. So he was one of the greatest one of modern poets. Was born in an affluent Bengali family. Here, affluent means rich. So he was born in a rich Bengali family. Their family is Bengali. In 1861, he was born in 1861. He was born in 1861. Besides being a poet, kavi ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ, besides being a poet, he was a novelist. Look at what he was, poet, right? On the other hand, he was a novelist, then essayist and dramatist. What a man he is. Besides poet, right? Besides being a poet, ಕವಿ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವೆಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ಕಾದಂಬರಿಕಾರರು, ಎಸ್ಸೇಯಿಸ್ಟ್, ಪ್ರಬಂಧಕಾರರು, ಡ್ರಾಮಾಟಿಸ್ಟ್, ನಾಟಕ ರಚನೆಕಾರರು ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದರು. So what a talent this man had. Tagore was awarded correct? He was awarded the Nobel Prize. It's a great honor for India, right? Nobel Prize in 1913. In 1913, Rabindranath Tagore awarded Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize for his work. For his work. Gitanjali. What was his book? Gitanjali. For this he has got Nobel Prize. Gitanjali. He was the founder of the internationally famous institution. He was the founder. Founder means Sthapaka, right? He was the founder of the internationally famous institution Vishwa Bharati at Shantiniketan. As we studied last year, Shantiniketan, right? That was established by our Gurudeva. Rabindranath Tagore is also called as Gurudeva, as we studied in first lesson, 8th standard, a day in the ashram. Yes? Correct. Internationally famous institution. It is not at national level. This is internationally famous. ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ಪಡೆದಿರುವಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವಭಾರತಿ ಅಟ್ ಶಾಂತಿನಿಕೇತನ್ ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ಇವರಾಗಿದ್ದರು. His poetry is profoundly and unmistakably Indian. All his poetry belongs to as Indian. He restates the wisdom of India in verse by mingling love, friendship and music. What he restates? Love, friendship, music in his writings. Okay? Once again, I want to remember you that he was the person who wrote our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana. Right? He also got Nobel Prize for his work, Gitanjali. Okay? Let's see our poem, Upagupta. What we call Rabindranath Tagore as in 8th standard lesson, Gurudeva. As we all know, Buddha. I hope we have seen in picture Buddha and Angulimala. Let's see about Buddha. Buddhism, Bauddha Dharma. Buddhism was started by Buddha. Gautama Buddha. Buddhism was started by Gautama Buddha. Buddha, he preached his religion, Buddhism. So he had so many followers. He had many disciples. Disciples means follower, student. You may call it as pupil, student, whatever you say. Among his disciples, one of them was Upagupta. A hero of our poem, right? Upagupta. He was a disciple. Follower. We may call it as follower. Disciple of Buddha. Lived in Mathura. Where does he live? He lives in Mathura. This poem is mainly about two characters. I would like to tell you. Once again, Buddhism is a religion which was started by Gautama Buddha. Right? Upagupta was a follower of this great personality called Buddha. Keep it in your mind, my dear children. Don't forget this thing. Upagupta was a follower, disciple of Gautama Buddha. So in this story, as I told first, this is a Kathapadhya, story poem. What do we call it as? Story poem. It is narrated in a story way. That is why the poem is called story poem. Kathapadhya. Kannadadalli heludadre ನಾವು. In this poem, we have two characters, mainly two characters. One is Upagupta, and the second one is Vasavadatta. Mainly we have these two characters in this poem. Upagupta. Who was Upagupta? Buddhist monk, Bauddha sannyasi. Buddhist Buddhist monk. Monk means we may call it as hermit, ascetic. These are the synonyms. Monk, ascetic, hermit, like holy man, you may say. Buddhist monk. And second thing is disciple of Buddha. Disciple of Buddha. Look at these points. Remember these points in your mind. Was Upagupta a Buddhist monk and a disciple of Buddha? He was an ascetic. An epitome of kindness. Epitome of kindness. Wisdom and selflessness. This is what the hermit needed. Selflessness. Look at these points. This first character. We have mainly 3 points about Upagupta. Upagupta was a Buddhist monk and he was a disciple of Lord Buddha. And he was an ascetic. He was a holy man, sannyasi, hermit. And how he was? Take it down. How he looks? He looks like an epitome of kindness. Epitome means really epitome of kindness. Dayamaya Karune andre Upagupta. Right? Karunamahi Atharga. Epitome of kindness. Karuneya sarve agidda. Wisdom. Buddhivanta was wisdom and selflessness. Selfish, swarthi ante, right? Unselfish, niswarth. Niswarthate hesaರಾಗಿದ್ದಂತ. For his wisdom, selflessness. This is suffix less. Selflessness and epitome of kindness. He was very kind, he was very intelligent, and he was unselfish. Right? Easily we can say he was kind person, well-hearted man, unselfish person, and very intelligent. This is an introduction about Upagupta. Now let's see another character, Vasava Datta, the dancing girl of Mathura. Who is she? The dancing girl of Mathura. Dancing girl of Mathura. Okay. Maybe question asked like this: who was Vasavadatta? Vasavadatta was the dancing girl. Dancing girl. In those days, the kings, the emperors have dancing girls in their palace. Right? Right. When there were cultural programs were arranged, these girls, dancing girls, has to come and dance in front of the king and his courtiers and ministers. Right? To give entertainment, or to get, the king has to get, if he wish, he has to get entertainment through these dancing girls. She was a famous and beautiful dancing girl. Look at here, she was not only a dancing girl, she was a famous. She was not an ordinary dancing girl. She was a famous, famous and beautiful. Look at here. Do you know what is the opposite word for beautiful? No. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful takes the opposite word, ugly. Ugly. She was a famous and beautiful. Beautiful dancing girl. A famous and beautiful dancing girl. Dancing girl. Cut. She was a dancing girl of Mathura. Where does she live? She also lives in Mathura. She was a famous and beautiful dancing girl. She looks very beautiful. So, third point I would like to tell you that is most important in this poem. Right? This is the most important point, and I will ask you this point at the end. See what happens. She was proud of her beauty. She was, she was such a person that she was proud of her beauty. Proud of her beauty. Beauty, youth, and wealth. As she was a famous dancing girl, she had a lot of wealth. She was young. She was young and she was very beautiful. She was very proud of these three things. What she had. She was beautiful. She was young. She had a lot of wealth. Okay. She was proud. ತುಂಬಾ ಜಂಬ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವಳ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವಳ ಯೌವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಪತ್ತಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ she was proud of her these things. So what had happened in the end, right? What had happened at the end of this poem or the story is the moral of the story, my dear children. Remember this thing, what is going to be at the end in the story of the poem, that is the moral of the story. Keep it in the mind. Okay, you take down these points and try to keep in your memory. So after came to know about these two characters, let's directly enter into the poem. So once I will read the whole poem, it will help you to go through at home, right? It will help a lot. While I am reading, you give your attention towards the pronunciation of the words and the voice variation, how I am going to read the poem. Before going to read the poem, what the poem is going to tell, what this poem reveals. What this poem reveals, the truth of life. Listen, this is most important thing. Truth of life. ಜೀವನದ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. It reveals the truth of life. My dear children, nothing is permanent in this world. Nothing is permanent in life also. Weather, nothing is permanent. If I had a lot of money, if I had a great power, high position power, right? And youth, ಯೌವನ, ಅಧಿಕಾರ, ಅಂತಸ್ತು, ಸಂಪತ್ತು, nothing is permanent. Whether it is money, power, youth, whatever it is not permanent. This is the thing what we are going to learn through this poem. Keep it in your memory. Don't forget it. Nothing is permanent. ಯಾವುದು ಶಾಶ್ವತ, ನಾವೇ ಶಾಶ್ವತ. ಒಂದಿನ ನಾವು ಹೋಗೋರೆ ಅಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ, ಯೌವನ ಇವ್ಯಾವುದು ಶಾಶ್ವತ, ಯಾವು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಣ್ಣಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. Right. I'm going to read the poem. Once I will read the poem, keep your attention at the lines. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklets, touching his breast of a sudden? He woke up startled, and the light from a woman's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. It was the dancing girl, starred with jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. She was lowered her lamp and saw the young face austerely beautiful. "Forgive me, youngest," said the woman. "Graciously come to my house. The dusty heart is not fit bed for you." The young ascetic answered, "Woman, go on your way. When the time is right, I will come to you." Suddenly, the black night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. The storm growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. A year has not yet passed. It was evening of a day in April in spring season. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossom. Gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air from afar. Upagupta passed through the city gates and stood at the base of the ramparts. Was that a woman lying at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? Struck with the black pestilence, her body spotted with sores of smallpox, she was hurriedly driven away from the tram to avoid her poisonous contagion. The ascetic sat by her side, took her head on his knees, and moistened her lips with water and smeared her body with the sandal balm. Who are you, merciful one? Asked the woman. The time at last has come to visit you, and I am here, replied the young ascetic. So, this is about the poem. Let's get into the first stanza. Let's discuss in detail. Upagupta, as we know, who was Upagupta? Disciple of Lord Buddha. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep in the dust. Dust means dhulu, right? Dust by the city wall of Mathura. Wall means gode. Mathura godeya pakkadalli nodi. City wall of Mathura. Upagupta was a follower of Lord Buddha. He was very simple. And led a disciplined life. Once he was lying or sleeping, right, on the ground by the city wall of Mathura. That ground was covered with dust. Once in Mathura, in the night, he was slept on the dusty ground at the city wall of Mathura. Mathura ಗೋಡೆಯ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ನೆಲದ ಧೂಳಿನಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವಂಥ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬುದ್ಧನ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಯಾರು ಉಪಗುಪ್ತ ಮಲಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. This was the situation. See what is going on at that time. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut. Right? Lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and the stars were all hidden. Hidden. Past participle form. Hide, hid, hidden. Go, went, gone, do, did, done. Present, past participle. Simply we call it as PP, past participle. Verb forms. V1, V2, V3. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut. It's very simple. Lamps were all means there was no light. Right? At that time, there was no light in the city of Mathura. No light. And doors were all shut. All the doors were shut. The houses of the doors were shut. That means closed. Doors were all closed. And stars were all hidden. Where do you see stars? Yes, in the sky. Stars were all hidden by the murky sky of 1st August. As it is the month of August, Ashada Masa, ಗಾಢವಾದ ಕತ್ತಲೆ, right? ಆಷಾಢ ಮಾಸದ ಗಾಢವಾದ ಕತ್ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಕ್ಷತ್ರಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಮೋಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮರೆಮಾಚಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಹಿಡನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೈ. ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮರೆಯಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಿವೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ನೆಸ್, murky sky of August. So what this stanza tells us about? It is telling us about the situation, right? Situation when the story or the poem begins. ಪದ್ಯ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಗಿನ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ವಾತಾವರಣ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಪಗಳು ಆರಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ರೈಟ್? ನಕ್ಷತ್ರಗಳು ಮೋಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮರೆಮಾಚಿ ಹೋಗಿವೆ. ಗೋಡೆಯ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಧೂಳಿನಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುತ್ತಾ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ ಮಲಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಗಿಲುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಚ್ಚಲು, ಆಲ್ ದ ಡೋರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್, ನೋ ಲೈಟ್, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಹಿಡನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೈ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸಾ. Whose feet were those tingling with anklets? Touching his breast of a sudden, he woke up startled, and a light from a woman's lamp fell on his forgiving eyes. What a beautiful stanza it is. Here we got three difficult words. Tinkling. Tinkling. Anklets make a sound. Ghal ghal. Right? Tinkling sound. Kini kini suudu ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. Anklets sound. Startled. ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯಚಕಿತರಾಗುವುದು. Extremely surprised. Forgiving. Merciful. Excusing. Right? If I make a mistake, I am going to ask excuse, sorry, by telling sorry. That is forgiving. See, Vasavadatta was as we discussed few minutes ago. Vasavadatta, a beautiful, young, rich, famous dancing girl of Mathura, was walking through whose feet? Right? Whose feet? Vasavadatta's. Girl was walking through that place. Which place? Where our Upagupta has slept. Unknowingly, whose feet were those tinkling with anklets, touching his breast of a sudden. Sudden means right? Unknowingly, while she was walking through that place where Upagupta slept by the city wall of Mathura, she was also walking on the same road. While she was walking, unknowingly she stepped on Upagupta. Unknowingly she stepped on Upagupta, who was lying on the ground. Her anklet, it's an ornament. It was worn by women. Right? What is ankle? It's a joint part of leg and the foot. ಪಾದ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲನ್ನು ಕೂಡಿಸುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ. ಕಾಲು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ foot, leg. This is the joint part. That's what we call anklet. Right? Ankle part. The ornament which is going to wear at ankle, that is anklet. Gejje. Sapla. Upagupta was lying on the floor. Her anklets touched his breast. Her anklets. She stepped down. Right? Her anklets touched his breast and made the tinkling sound. Gejjೆಗಳ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಅವಳು ಹೆಡುವುದಾಗ ಅವನ ಎದೆಗೆ ಹೆಡುವುದಾಗ ಸಪ್ಪಳ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ tinkling sound. All of a sudden, he woke up. Who woke up? He woke up startled. When he woke up, he was surprised. He was startled. Woke up and surprised. He was surprised because when he was sleeping, all of a sudden she stepped down. When he saw her, he was surprised. In the light, and light from a woman's lamp. Light from a woman's lamp. That means the Vasavadatta, a dancing girl, is walking on the road with the help of a lamp. She had a lamp in her hand, right? And a light from a woman's lamp fell on his forgiving eyes. Right? Forgiving eyes. ಎಂಥ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು? Forgiving, ಕ್ಷಮಾಗುಣವುಳ್ಳ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು. Right? In the light of a woman's lamp, his eyes looks forgiving her. If you make a mistake, we are going to ask sorry, right? So when the woman stepped on him, she disturbed him. She disturbed the sleeping Upagupta, right? When she saw his eyes in the light of her lamp, how his eyes looks? His eyes looks forgiving her. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನುವ ಭಾವ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅವನ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. Look at here. Lamp fell on his forgiving eyes. What kind of eyes? Forgiving eyes. That means a woman, she saw the she saw his eyes in the light of a lamp, how his eyes looks? His eyes looks forgiving her. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿದೆ ಎನ್ನುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ she thought he forgive me, forgive her, like that. That kind of light showing in his eyes. Forgive, what is the opposite word? Forgive. Opposite word, blame. Let's get into the third one. It was. So we don't know. Here it refers those feet were those tingling with anklets. ಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದವಳು ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ಲು, ರೈಟ್? ಆ ವುಮನ್. Who was that woman? It was a dancing girl. That woman was none other than dancing girl. Who was the dancing girl? Vasava Datta. It was a dancing girl starred with jewels. Wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth, drunk, present past participle, drunk with the wine of her youth, she lowered her lamp and saw young face austerely beautiful. Here we got the difficult for starred. Starred means shining like stars. ನಕ್ಷತ್ರದ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೊಳಿತಾ ಇರುವುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Mantle means loose cloth, worn especially in the past. ಬಹಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಹೆಣ್ಣುಮಕ್ಕಳು, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಿದ್ದವರು. ನಿಲುವಂಗಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌನ್ ತರ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಲುವಂಗಿ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ವಿಷಯ ನಿಲುವಂಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಲುಡುಪು. ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲುಡುಪು ಉದ್ದನೆ. Drunk with the wine of her youth. Look at this phrasal verb. Drunk with the wine of her youth means proud of her beauty and youth. ಅವಳ ಏನಿದೆ, ಡ್ರಂಕ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂತ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಯೌವನದಿಂದ ಮದದಿಂದ ಜಂಬದಿಂದ ಬೇಯುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಯೌವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಮದದಿಂದ ಬೇಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಡ್ರಂಕ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂತ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಯೂತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ. ಅವಳ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಯೌವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ. austerely beautiful means reflecting the beauty of the ascetic. ascetic ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಯ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Let's see in detail. It was dancing girl. It was dancing. She was a dancing girl. We know it. Who she was? Yes, Vasava Datta was a dancing girl. Her jewels, look at this, starred with jewels. How the star looks? It shines, right? It shines. Olita star. She was starred with jewels. That means her jewels were shining in the lamplight. As she had a lamp in her hand, in the light of her lamp, she will wear there's so many jewels on her body. They are shining like stars. Her jewels were shining in the lamplight. She was wearing a pale blue dress. Long piece of clothing that was blue dress. But she was proud of her youth and beauty. That means she was drunk. ಹುಡುದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಮದ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಹಾಗೆ ಇವಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಡದ ಮದ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಯೌವನ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯದ ಮದ ಹತ್ತುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡ್ರಂಕ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂತ್ ಅಂತ. Lowering the lamp, listen here, she lowered her lamp, but that means lowering the lamp, she saw him. ಅವನನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಪನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಇಳಿಸಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಲೋಯರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್, ಶಿ saw him and found that what she saw? She found that his face was filled with ascetic beauty. ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಯ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಆ ಬೆಳಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ. She saw the ascetic beauty. This is stanza number 1, 2 and 3. I hope this is enough for today's class, my dear children. I hope you understand these 3 stanzas very well. Go through the textbook at home. It is very easy and it is in simple language to clearly understood to you, and difficult word the meanings are also given for difficult words in the glossary. Okay, tomorrow I will going to ask you some simple questions, and don't forget we have came across 2 characters in this poem. One is Upagupta and one is Vasavadatta. And Upagupta was left on the dusty ground of the city wall of Mathura. At the same time, Vasavadatta is coming on the way. While she was coming, she stepped down on Upagupta. Right? He was awakened and he is surprised. Right? And who was the woman? She was wearing a lot of ornaments on her body. She was adorned with jewels. Right? Let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay, stay home, stay safe, take care. Let's meet in the next class.